an important shipping route with about 1,500 vessels, tankers and cargo ships navigating its waters on a daily basis. The Gulf of Guinea stretches from Senegal to Angola, covering approximately 6,000 kilometers of coastline. But despite its immense economic relevance at global level, the Gulf of Guinea has been plagued by incidents of piracy, armed robbery, kidnapping of seafarers, and other maritime crimes.
When we talk about piracy in the Gulf of Guinea, let us say that the situation has really evolved. In 2014, ECOWAS has adopted policy response to the problem of piracy through the ECOWAS Integrated Maritime Strategy. This is the main guiding principle that we are using in our region in order to address the issue of maritime insecurity. From 2019, under the 11 EDF, our strategic partners, the European Union, decided to help us to provide a program which will support our effort, somehow in implementation of their own strategy, but also supporting the implementation of the ECOWAS Integrated Maritime Strategy. They develop what they call Support West African Integrated Maritime Security, SWAIMS.
SWAIMS is a cooperation project between the European Union and the ECOWAS Commission. We operate in all the 12 coastal countries of the ECOWAS Commission, so all coastal states get our support. And our work can be divided into 3 different areas. We're working by providing equipment. For instance, we're providing office, communication and other equipment to all the 16 maritime centers in the region. We're providing boats to the 12 navies and coast guards in the region. We are also doing a lot of training. Over 350 maritime professionals who have received training at the Regional Maritime University in Accra and the Institut de la Sécurité Maritime Internationale in Abidjan. In addition, we've been running workshops. I think in every single country we've been either running a workshop or a webinar based there. And then we do a lot of work in the area of legislation. So our experts have visited every country and reviewed and then assisted in strengthening the legislation when it comes to maritime security issues. I think one of our finest achievements has been the handover agreement between all the ECOWAS states that now allows them to hand over suspects of piracy crimes and evidence so that they can be apprehended in one country and extradited to another should the case arise. We also work with national governments and the national navies to support national maritime strategies, either to draft them from scratch or to implement and revise them. So important examples would be the Memorandum of Understanding that now allows all the agencies to share information in Gambia.
SWAIMS has tackled diverse challenges in the ECOWAS maritime domain in a multi-pronged approach. As a result of these diverse efforts and efforts by others, there has been a drastic reduction in piracy in the Gulf of Guinea.
When SWAIMS was first designed, this is quite a while ago now, the principal threat in the region was piracy and armed robbery at sea. I think we can now say that this is something that has been overcome. At the moment, the Gulf of Guinea is not considered one of the greatest danger areas for international shipping. Nigeria is no longer considered a country which is acutely threatened by maritime insecurity, by piracy attacks.
SWAIMS has enhanced the capacity of key stakeholders in the maritime domain, including engagement of the private sector and civil society.
In SWAIMS, my mission was to engage civil society in maritime security and ensure that Cresno had a good connection with the private sector.
I think there has been great effort in terms of engaging civil society actors. Impact in terms of integrating civil society actors, pooling expertise from across a broad range of stakeholders, right? And bringing us all together to solve the challenges that are faced in the region.
I will say that the SWAIMS project impacted principally by the way they approach support. First, it's the methodology. We are used to seeing support come in with a full program of whatever they want to do in the region and come and basically drag us into the program. But with SWAIMS, the approach was different. It was a team coming in, getting to the ground, working to understand the lines of ECOWAS itself. And I saw from my own experience on the terrain that SWAIMS went all the way to meet the people. Because ECOWAS is an ECOWAS of people, so they went to meet communities.
The ECOWAS Maritime Centers received equipment to enhance their operations.
The support for Africa integrated maritime security has been of tremendous benefit to the Yaoundé architecture as it concerns the West African region. In the area of equipment, we have also had very type-specific equipment that have helped us, especially in the areas of maritime domain awareness. We have a lot of infrastructure that SWAIMS has given us, and it has helped us work carrying out our surveillance functions. It has helped us tremendously in communicating bottom up. By that I mean between my center, Cresmao, and then the zonal centers, which is zone E, F, and G. So in a nutshell, I want to say thank you to SWAIMS for so much that they have done for us. And like Oliver Twist, we continue to ask for more.
The cooperation between the Maritime Cell and the SWAIMS Support to West Africa Integrated Maritime Security Technical Assistance Team has been very positive. Overall, it has been a positive working relationship and a win-win approach that has binded or increased the collaboration between the ECOWAS member states through the assistance of the project.
We stop the vessel. We request you to allow.
SWAIMS supported real-life successful maritime surveillance operations in 3 coastal countries.
In the scope of the SWAIMS project, we support the execution of 3 maritime surveillance operations. We support in Liberia, Sierra Leone and Gambia. The navies or the Maritime Authority organize the operation funded by the SWAIMS project. This support of SWAIMS was quite appreciated by the countries because of the scarce resources available to them to do this kind of operations often. The last mission in Gambia, the Navy seized 7 fishing vessels engaged in IUU fishing. So, this proves the importance to have a constant presence at sea of patrol vessels in order to patrol the waters under the jurisdiction of the state.
SWAIMS also developed policy documents to guide maritime operations in order to strengthen and enhance maritime security in the region.
The SWAIMS team's intervention has been able to reduce piracy and allied crimes in the Gulf of Guinea as a whole, not just in the West African sub-region. We are now at the verge, of producing a well-articulated manual of procedures as well as a standard operating procedures, which will now galvanize, the activities of all the maritime coordinating centers, as well as the maritime operation centers at national level. So that is one of the main achievements that the SWAIMS have been able to attain.
Within the last 4 years, the SWAIMS project has made a distinct and visible impact in West Africa.
SWAIMS allowed to equip our centers with IT equipment, and by doing so, they participated in the development of, let us say, the setting up of a culture of dialogue among the centers. And it has finally really impacted our region from more than 100 cases around 2010. This year we have noted less than 5 cases in our region. Is a tremendous achievement, and we have really to thank the SWAIMS team for what they have done, but also the effort made by the member states individually, because many of them have developed their maritime strategy. SWAIMS supported member states to develop their maritime security strategies. Generally, SWAIMS program was a successful program for everybody. We really thank the European Union, we thank the team, we thank all those that have been part of this program during these 4 years.
Although the rate of piracy, armed robbery and kidnapping has come down, these crimes have not been totally eradicated. Furthermore, there are other emerging maritime crimes which will need to be tackled.
This is a program that has been remarkable in its complexity and diversity. We've got a number of implementing partners that include GIABA, which is the anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing agency of the ECOWAS Commission based in Dakar, who did some research for us on the laundering of the proceeds of maritime crime into the financial system. We've been working with the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, who are the experts on maritime law. We're working with the Camões Institute of Portugal to provide the fleet of small boats that will be provided to the national navies and coast guards. We've been working with the 2 national training institutions in Accra and Ismail. And all these partners have been working with us in a very collegiate and coordinated manner, where we reinforce each other's activities and have really been able to build synergies throughout the project for it. But it's involved a lot of coordination and involved a lot of activities to bring us together and focus on our key outcome. I'm very pleased to say that we have achieved the objectives of this project. The question is, with piracy now dramatically reduced, will we be able to mobilize the resources for the next phase and focus on the other maritime crimes?
The economic significance of the Gulf of Guinea calls for continued synergy and concerted efforts from all stakeholders to combat maritime crimes, because only then can the region achieve its goal of fully developing a thriving and sustainable blue economy.